Now do we have sound? Now do we have sound? That's the question. Yes on the sound? All right, there we go. Dale screwed me up a little bit. I'm on my headset sound. That'll work. All right. So my screens are all screwed up here. So got 65 in here. We're going to give it a little bit longer. As everybody knows, Bitcoin's still not breaking, but I think I've showed here what I'm looking at. Still, I don't think anything's changed. We just have these little quick pumps. I think people that aren't invested want to chase a little bit. I'm not really doing that. If anybody obviously paying attention, I mean, we had Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, some of these have came down. So me keeping everybody somewhat to the sidelines and not buying the rips has been good. What's up, Tree Man? Philip, Rising? As long as I'm bullish. Yeah, I'm sure the little pumps are just people chasing it. A little bit of short squeezing. Like I said, I'm trying to get on here twice a day if I can, definitely with volatility. We're not having much here, but we got a lot of people in the Patreon. It's not as easy to convey what you're thinking in there with just a few sentences and everybody coming in at different times. So I kind of want to keep these videos going too. What's up, Zimmy Jim? Edwin? Like 180 people in the Patreon, so that continues to grow. So, what we got? Today's Thursday. Tonight's a live only for the Patreon. I'm guessing usually it's 6:30, but maybe a hair earlier, mattering when Nick gets here. So, on the software, let me drag in a couple charts. Bear with me because Dell's got a lot of my charts really screwed up. Here's Bitcoin USD. I'm still concerned that volume has went to another new high here on this rally. This does look like a triangle. The problem with that is this could be an A down, and you could be doing a big triangle here for a B, which actually would resolve to the downside. So, like if we look at Ethereum, looks a little bit more like that, where you've had an ABC down, you've had a triangle that I kind of called, and now you can have another ABC down. So that could be ABCX, ABC. If this is the actual top, you could say we've had 5 waves down. Then you did a triangle, and we had 5 waves down here, but it would be wave 1 of that. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here again to the sea level. So I think there's still outcomes that say we still go a little bit lower. Here's a chart I've always been showing. So again, this is the top of wave 3, ABC down, ABC up, AB, and the C could have finished out here, which means we're going to go sideways here and then bolt up to 8,200 or so for an ABC up and then another ABC down. I mean, that's something to keep in mind. But again, when we go to the charts, the intraday charts that I've been showing, if I bring those over still, this is another one. This is Bitcoin USDT. I mean, normally when you see an ABC sell-off like that and price is holding, because that's happened over here on this 1-2, somewhat happened over here on this wave 4. So we're not oversold. We're kind of getting there. So this chart makes you think more that this was an A, this was a B, and this was the C completed. So we've got to watch that. But again, we'll have an ABC up a little more sideways for a day or more. And I won't get a buy off the technometer, I doubt, but I could. So we'll watch this. But again, I don't like this chart again, where volume keeps hitting new highs and price is going sideways. So that would say maybe this is a high, this is 5 ways down. We're doing an A, a B, messing for a C, D, E, and then still another sell-off. So, and Ethereum, Litecoin, some of these aren't acting that well. I mean, Litecoin, looks like it's going to still possibly resolve a little bit lower. Or once again, this is an A, this is a B, this is a C. We mouse up for a D, sideways E, and then go to new highs. So, I hate to say it, I'm not going to be too much help here. What's up, Matty B? I think the only help I'm providing, like I have been, is we're in a correction. We're moving sideways to lower. Hopefully I can pick the end of that correction. But if you've been trading for sideways to lower, again, Litecoin, Ethereum, some of these have been sideways to lower. So provide a little bit of value by just letting you buy a pullback versus buying a surge. There's EOS, same type of thing. EOS looks pretty good on the software, but still looks a little weak short term. If we bring in the shorts, the orange is the unbalanced volume. I've got it added in there. So otherwise, shorts here increasing a little bit. Longs are coming off. So that's a little friendly maybe at some point, but nothing major. That'd be a real bearish count. That'd be a move down to like 6,700. Not my preferred count. I'm still kind of staying with this. I moved down to 7,100 on Coinbase or so. If that's the case, the C wave. I mean, again, this could be an ABC down, this could be an X, and this could be ABC down. So that would have been the first part A. We're going to mouse around here for a little B, and then probably have a quick bout of selling to bring in the C wave low. So I still think a little bit lower. ADA, let's go over a few more here. A lot of these are looking the same. Coming off the rallies. BAT, showing some weakness. I've kind of talked about that. BNB, USDT, still holding in near the highs. That one looks still good. Decred coming off a little deeper than we would like. ICX not doing much. I still think we'll resolve the upside. KMD buck 18 still sideways. Here we got Waves USD. Harsh Panja. That's one that had that big move from a buck to 450. Really in consolidation. I would think that one could still work higher. I'd look for a breakout to the upside there. One thing we've had, which I tweeted earlier, the TLT we've been long for quite a while. finally breaking out. That's been my biggest long position on the stocks. We did say this week stocks look like they would roll over because technometers were all really overbought. Here's the SPY, same type of thing. Came up to a 49 here. I would like to a little bit higher to have gotten short, but I still think we're rolling over a little bit because of the rollover in stocks. You're getting a bid in the 20-year bond. There's a breakout there that we've been holding for. You can see technometer came here and got just basically neutral. So TLT should be able to work higher here. We're at 128. That's been one of our better trades. Then I still, the Squares, the Shopify's, the Ulta, those are still stocks I'd look to be purchasing on some type of pullback. What's up, Gary? Famer. Dustin and Johnny. So Shopify will hit a new high yesterday, pulling off $10 today. That's going to give us an oversold reading at some point. That's been a home run. Ulta is one that I've talked about recently. That's one I want to pick up at some point as well here. This could be a spring and a test, so we're going to watch that the next couple days. UUP, long dollar, finally taking some wood. Again, if that's finally a top on the dollar, then there's a lot of downside to come. And that would definitely help the cryptos, so that could help us to get to 10,000 plus. Everybody's wanting to trade Matic, which is tough. Definitely trading the excitement. We thought down here was support. Nick had jumped on that in Patreon. I had said probably down here we get a 50% retracement, but we got that basically already. So I'm not sure there. I would think higher because of the strength. That was a little tougher to trade for me than Bitcoin and some of these. There's Bitcoin 77 and a quarter. Let's go back to this chart because this is still the one. This is my main choice. There's different choices kind of on the table, which I don't like showing. I usually stick with one. I've been right with that. But here we are, lower we've been in, a few hours. So let's see if we can keep applying some pressure to the downside. So that's all I really got. Again, Patreon tonight. I think tonight we're giving away a free course, a $300 course, and also some RPD and maybe something else. So if you join the Patreon, you're going to get charged for May. Then you're going to get charged for June 1. So you would get a chance to win the course or some RPD, etc. And then I think he's giving away a nano or something later. Maybe next week or something. Otherwise, June 1, join over there. If you pay for Bitcoin right now, then you'll just get billed in 30 days when Carrie hits you up for another payment. So that's an easy way to get in there now and not be kind of double billed. And again, still opening quite a few PCG accounts, private client group, managing assets for 3%. And there's Nick in here. Maybe he'll, again, Nick, we're giving away a course tonight for Patreon, I believe, because we went over 100, but we're quickly at 180. And maybe some RPD. I'm sure Stoner will tell us here in a minute what he's doing. And then this weekend, if I'm around, I'll be live probably over the weekend as well. Try to jump on there as much as I can. There's Bitcoin 7710. So that's about 100 and what, about 180 off the highs. Let's go on our software. Let's look at Ethereum USD on the 5-minute. That's just going to be a day or two. So let me go to the monthly. Ethereum, EOS, Litecoin, some of these I still like on a break in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been the strong one, so you might want to be looking, you know, this is bullish here again as volume has gone to an ABC break and price is holding. So if you look at this chart, it looks way more like this is an ABC down, this is an ABC up, and this is an ABC down. So we've got ABC. So we've got a triangle forming here. So basically there'd be what we're looking at. Somewhere here. So if this is a good low that we made early this morning, we could still bounce up here for a D, come over here for an E. Volume would probably be going to a new low over here. Then I would be much friendlier everything. So if you can't figure out Bitcoin, it might be good to look at some of these other ones. So again, that would say that the low we made in Bitcoin earlier today, this low here is C. It just don't look as good because Bitcoin is holding in so well. But that would mean that Bitcoin holds here, tries to make a run at 8,300 again, backs up again to like 7,800, and then finally gets through it in a day and a half or something. So that's the bullish count. Same thing here if you look at Litecoin. A down, B up, C down. Get a rally up to 94, 95, pull back to 90, and then rock and roll to new highs on the upside. So I think that's our choices. Again, if that happens, then we move that C there, we put this C here, we run this up. We get more of a high consolidation triangle. Hold on, that would be more right in there around 8,200. And something around 77.50. So that definitely could be what we have as well. So I think that's our choices. Gonna hit an all soon. I played little craps last night, did not work out. So when we break out of this, good question for some new people. There's the larger count for Elliott Wave. So we're working on this 4 white to correspond with this 1-2. We're working on the 3-4, which again I think should take a little bit more time. So it could get complex here. And then I think we go to wave 5 to new highs. I'm showing it as overlapping. Not that's exactly what's going to happen. That's when all the shorts would cover. Longs that never got in all the way up would chase because they're afraid we're going to run to 20,000, and then we'd have a pretty big correction, then dump. Right, Bitcoin's better than trading craps or shooting craps. But that's my ideas. But again, for new people, these are buys coming off our software, Wyckoff principles, not Elliott Wave. These are Elliott Wave markings up here that I've kept. But these are buys off the software, so I do not have a buy on the software. I'm probably still, as I've been saying, more of a sideways affair from the software, hopefully with a buy somewhere here to go along with all these other ones. We've called a lot of pullbacks. These are all really buying breaks. And then these were high-level pullbacks and ready to lift off. So we've had a good year trading Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. Not really trading, just really being long. Hopefully more trading to come here in the near future. And again, on Patreon, we've got more people over there, 180. So we've got a good chat over there. Member chats, main chats, places where I give buys and sells, nicks, Palm Beach, etc., different thoughts. So join us over there if you want to get much more information. That's it, Bitcoin 7730. There we are, a little bit zoomed in. Had this big green bar here that petered out. We'll see if this one peters out as well. So that's all. 6:30 tonight, maybe a little bit earlier than that, in 3.5, 4 hours. Otherwise, I'll catch everybody tomorrow. Talk to you later.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907, I created the Magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the Magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff stock market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.